So, as a new coach or therapist, what do you charge your clients? I'm going to be talking about this sticky subject. If I could cut to the chase, you're probably going to charge not how much you've studied, the hours you put in, how good you are. You're going to charge what you feel your self-worth is. Let me unpack this a little bit so it makes more sense. Now, there's different philosophies around coaching. One philosophy is, well, you're doing good in the world, you're elevating consciousness, you're helping people, so you really shouldn't charge much or anything. The other complete extreme is, you're a professional, you need to charge loads of money because you're worth it. I'm somewhere in the middle, so hear me out. Now, in my early 30s, I was under the philosophy that I'm helping the world, I'm elevating consciousness, people who can't afford it need to be helped, everything else. So I did stuff via donation. I did 2 years work via donation, courses via donation, one-to-ones wherever they could afford. In the time of doing that, I helped loads of people and people were so grateful. However, personally, I was left burnt out and bankrupt because the very person I needed to support while I helped people was me. And I was so exhausted from doing it. That's the irony. You help everybody else apart from yourself. It's a cliche, but boy, was it true for me. So in my I'm going to save the universe, I didn't save myself. It took me a long time financially and for my health to recover from that. Now, I'm not saying don't do stuff via donation. If you've got like tens of thousands of people on a list, you could probably get away with it because the sheer mass of people who would donate. But if you were like me and didn't have that, it doesn't go well. Example, have you ever used the site Wikipedia? Have you ever donated to Wikipedia? Probably not. So there's something as a coach now about charging very little. Not everybody, but most people will perceive you're not very good at what you do compared to someone who charges a lot more money. Now I'm going to be kick-ass here and say what a coach charges doesn't automatically mean they're better. It just means that may have more self-worth and they're really good at marketing, as opposed to being fantastic coaches. One of my first teachers was incredible. Like when I spoke to him, I had insight after insight. It calmed my mind down. Guess what? He didn't really charge hardly anything. Another person I know right now who charges a lot of money, there's a spiritual hollowness and this egotism in them. So number one, you're not always going to get more by paying more. So when you're trying to find a coach, follow your heart's resonance and let it lead you to someone, okay? And if they don't charge much, it may have no consequence on how good they are as a coach or how heartfelt or how genuine they are. So as a coach, if you don't charge much, you're probably going to be perceived as not being very good at what you do. So it's difficult. Now, as far as what you charge, it depends on your circumstances. Now, I know someone who's doing loads of good work in the world and very little money and all via donation, but they live with their parents. Another friend of mine is charging very little, but she's being supported by her husband. Now, if you not being supported by family members or the government or, having loads of money in the bank, if you have to put food on the table and you have to pay your mortgage, you have to charge. If I did stuff via donation, myself and my family would be homeless within a few weeks. So number one, are you being supported? If you are, you can charge less if you want to. If you're not being supported, you have to charge more. So this whole philosophy, well, I'm doing good in the world, it's changing consciousness, great. But if you've invested time and money, finances in becoming a coach, you need to charge for that. Even though it's helping the world, a mechanic helps the world. If your car didn't work, you couldn't get to the fundraiser, you couldn't take your kids to school, you couldn't go and get food. You go into a supermarket, if the shelves were empty, you couldn't get anything to eat. Like, the supermarket person is helping you by stacking the shelves. So quit with the whole, this is spiritual, you shouldn't charge anything. That is bollocks. Helping people, whether it's physically or whether it's spiritually, is a transference of energy, okay? Don't end up like me in the past, burnt out and bankrupt because you're trying to do good in the world. Do good in the world, but there has to be a transference of energy in this thing financially so you can support yourself. Not just money, but earning enough money that you can take freaking time off. Earning enough money that if you're starting to feel burnt out, you can go on holiday, you can just sit in nature for a week, you can recover yourself. You have to take care of yourself while you are helping other people. You have to charge for that, okay? Okay, so let's get to the crux. What do you charge as a coach? Number one, it depends on your current circumstances of being supported or unsupported financially. Number two, go within yourself. Go into your sensations and feel your energy give up. Shall I charge $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100, $300? Just question that in your sensational beingness, and your energy will tell you what feels right for you to charge, and charge that. Don't buy into people saying, well, you shouldn't charge anything, or you need to charge $10,000 a second. That may work for them, but they're not you. You're you. You have to authentically resonate within yourself as to what you should charge. Go within, do that. Ask yourself a number and charge that. Don't listen to anybody else. Listen to you. Support you while you're helping others. Anyway, hope that is helpful. And thanks for watching.